Yes, dear learners, in the previous video we had covered up to black soil. Today we are going to start from red and yellow soil. Red soil develops on crystalline igneous rocks in areas of low rainfall in the eastern and southern parts of Deccan Plateau. Now, crystalline igneous rocks, they are formed by the cooling of molten magma on the Earth's surface. Yellow and red soils are also found in the parts of Odisha, Chhattisgarh and southern parts of Middle Ganga Plain and along the Piedmont zone of the Western Ghats. These soils develop a reddish color. Why these develop a reddish color? Due to diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks. It looks yellow when it occurs in a hydrated form. Diffusion means the act of spreading something widely in the all directions. Yes, for this I have written question, how are red soils formed and in which region this soil is found. That is 34A. 34C. How do these soils look red or yellow in color? Now we'll talk about laterite soil. Laterite has been derived from the Latin word later, which means brick. What it mean? Brick. The laterite soil developed under tropical and subtropical climate with alternative wet and dry season. This soil is a result of intense leaching. Leaching is a loss of water, insoluble plant nutrients from the soil due to rain and over irrigation. Due to heavy rain, laterite soils are mostly deep to very deep, acidic, generally deficient in plant nutrients and occur mostly in southern states, Western Ghats, region of Maharashtra, Odisha, some parts of West Bengal and northeast regions, where these soils support deciduous and evergreen forest. It is humus rich but under sparse vegetation and in semi-arid environment it is generally humus poor. They are prone to erosion and degradation due to their position on the landscape. After adopting appropriate soil conservation techniques, particularly in the hilly areas of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, this soil is very useful for growing tea and coffee. Red laterite soil in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala are more suitable for crops like cashew nuts. So you can see the question for this paragraph. How are laterite soils formed? 35A. Then in which regions are laterite soil formed? 35B. 35C is why is humus content in laterite soil low? And 35D is from where the word laterite has been derived. And there is one more question, that is 36. Which crops this soil support? The answer is marked here. From these 4 lines you can get the answer. Now we'll talk about arid soils. Arid soils range from red to brown in color. They are generally sandy in texture and saline in nature. In some areas, the salt content is very high and common salt is obtained by evaporating the water. Due to the dry climate, high temperature, evaporation is faster and the soil lacks humus and moisture. The lower horizons of the soil are occupied by concord because of the increasing calcium content. What's the reason of the conker nodules? That is increase in calcium content downwards. The conker layer formations in the bottom horizons restrict the infiltration of water. After proper irrigation, these soils become cultivable as has been in the case of Western Rajasthan. So I have written a question here, that is question number 37. Why are arid soils found to be non-productive? Or write the characteristics of arid soil. Characteristics of arid soil. Now next we'll read about forest soils. So first you can see the question on the top. Give characteristics of forest soil. These soils are found in the hilly and mountainous areas where sufficient rainforests are available. The soil's texture varies according to the mountain environment where they are formed. They are loamy and silty in valley side and coarse grained in the upper slopes. In the snow-covered areas of Himalayas, these soils experience denudation and are acidic with low humus content. The soils found in the lower parts of the valleys, particularly on the river terraces and alluvial fans, are fertile. Yes, on the previous sheet I had written a question, why is humus content in laterite soil low? And you can note down the answer from here also. Humus content of the soil is low because most of the microorganisms, particularly the decomposers like bacteria, get destroyed due to high temperature. Yes, now we'll talk about soil erosion and soil conservation. The denudation of soil cover and subsequent washing down is described as soil erosion. The processes of soil formation and erosion go on simultaneously, and generally there is balance between the two. Sometimes this balance is disturbed due to human activities like deforestation, overgrazing, construction and mining, etc., while natural forces like wind, glacier and water led to soil erosion. The running water cuts through the clay soil and makes deep channels as gullies. The land becomes unfit for cultivation and is known as badland. In the Chambal Basin, that is in Rajasthan, such lands are called ravines. Sometimes water flows as a sheet over large areas down a slope, in which cases the top soil is washed away. This is known as sheet erosion. Wind blows loose soil off flat or sloping land, known as wind erosion. Soil erosion is also caused due to defective methods of farming, plowing in a wrong way, that is up and down the slope from channels for the quick flow of water, leading to soil erosion. Plowing along the counter lines can decelerate the flow of water down the slopes. Dear students, before that you can see the questions. Question number 40 here. What are the main causes of soil erosion? Then what are gullies and what is badland? Badland, which is unfit for cultivation. And 41A also, what are called ravines? That is also a land which is unfit for cultivation. Next is 42A, what is sheet erosion? That can be asked particularly also, and these questions also can be asked, that causes of land soil erosion. What is wind erosion? Then these are the solution. Under 43 question, what is contour plowing? Yes, plowing along the contour lines can decelerate the flow of water down the slopes. This is called contour plowing. Steps can be cut out on the slopes, making terraces. Terrace cultivation restricts erosion. Western and central Himalayas have well-developed terrace farming. Large fields can be divided into strips. Strips of grass are left to grow between the crops. This breaks up the force of the wind. This method is known as strip cropping. Planting lines of trees to create shelters also work in a similar way. Rows of such trees are called shelter belts. These shelter belts have contributed significantly to the stabilization of sand dunes and in stabilizing the desert in western India. So these are the solutions to check soil erosion. In the first row, we have discussed about the causes for soil erosion, and in this row we had discussed about the solutions to check soil erosion or to conserve the soil. Now we'll start with the multiple choice questions. Which one of the following type of resources iron ore? Renewable, biotic, flow or non-renewable? That is non-renewable. Under which of the following type of resource tidal energy can be put into? Replenishable. Which one of the following is the main cause of land degradation in Punjab? That is over irrigation. In which one of the following state is terrace cultivation practiced? Uttarakhand. And which one of states black soil is predominantly found? That is Maharashtra. So here are chapters, resources and developments finished. I hope students' explanation is clear. And again, I will advise you that you read your chapter carefully again and again so that all the concepts can be more clear to you. And you please write questions simultaneously, because when you write questions, automatically the answer when you read from the paragraph will become clear and it will be fit into your mind. Thank you.